The three movies, the first one is The Mission from 1986. It won the Academy Award here in the United States. And it really moved me at the time I watched it, and I'm still moved by it because it talks about men of faith, perhaps misguided in many ways, but nonetheless, men of faith, committed to going somewhere they'd never been before, in this case, a South American village, and connecting with people unlike them, and then learning to love them so much, these villagers, that by the end of the film, these missionaries are actually giving up their own lives to defend the people that they didn't know before. And it reminds me that as much terrible stuff does happen and has happened, that this journey of going to where we aren't known, connecting with people we don't know, and learning to love them has been going on for a long time, and we can stand in that tradition. The second film is Little Miss Sunshine from 2006, easily one of my favorite movies of all time. And for those who haven't seen it, it tells a story about a young woman and her family who drive across the country so she can participate in a beauty contest for 12-year-old girls. That's the superficial story. The bigger story is, how does the family with a lot of problems come together to support somebody who has a dream, even when the resources aren't there and there are tough things going on? And they learn how to put their own needs aside to show up for their whole family. And it's a beautifully written story about a family coming together and understanding how important they are to each other, no matter their own agendas. And then my last film, you laughed when I mentioned it earlier, but I'm serious. It's Spider-Man 2 from 2004, a film that has brought me to tears in the past, and I'm sure will again. And it's because Spider-Man has to always learn the same lesson over and over, and it's a lesson I have to learn over and over. And that's, no matter how powerful he is, he wants to make a difference that he's not strong enough to do by himself. And for him to do it, he has to learn to let other people hold him up. And he needs to let them do it more than he wants to do it, more often he wants to do it, and in ways that surprise him. And Spider-Man 2, if you've seen it, Andrew, and he has the fight on the subway, and he loses to Doc Ock, and he loses his mask, and he's knocked unconscious. What happens? The very people he was trying to save on the subway
give him back the mask,
physically lift him up,
and
they carry him to safety. And he had to learn to let the people he was trying to be responsible for hold him up when he couldn't do it himself. And he has to learn it over and over and over again. And my guess is a number of us have to keep learning it too.